Hello, TLV fans and people that want to learn about random cars that you don't know about. And that is me. I grew up in the West, so I don't know much about these old classic Eastern cars. This is TLV, their very first casting, it looks like, because it literally says LV-01. It is the Nissan Cedric. It doesn't tell you any of this, of course, because very often the Japanese ignore English. It's like a lot of Japanese toys, they're only designed for Japanese consumers. They very often don't have any English on them. So this one does have a little bit, but 2004. Okay, so we have an idea. Honestly, when I looked at this online, it doesn't look like it's going to be a great model. But apparently I collect Cedrics, so I figured I'd get the very first generation, which is what this guy is. If we look here in the back, let me focus on that screen. The very first generation of Cedric came out in 1960, and I believe it spanned up to like 1965, but there's a facelift along the way. So this G30 is the very first body style of this Cedric. So this is like the very first of the Cedric lines, which ran 10 generations. Wikipedia says it could have a 1.5 liter up to a 1.9 liter, making 87 horsepower. And this Nissan website is saying it's around a 1.9 liter in this car, but this is the custom, so I guess this is a fancier one. You'll notice the double stacked headlights, and you'll notice this train. This train is called the Tobu JNR151, and this was the inspiration for this car's front end, the double stacked lights. The Americans were doing double stacked lights for a bit, I guess, and so this exudes luxury and quality. This is a full-size car of its day, so top of the line, I guess. Replaced the Austin A50, which was being built under license from the Austin Motor Company. Austin is known for the Mini, the original Minis, and a bunch of other cars, obviously. Wikipedia says this is a six-seater. And hold on, let me get rid of this train photo. This also introduced the very first monocoque body and very first wraparound windshield for Nissan. Okay, so that's pretty much what I learned. There's a combination between Wikipedia and this Nissan website here. Okay. Just reading more of that Nissan website. Semi-floating rear suspension, double wishbone up front. Okay, I guess that's it. Alright, so now we have this model. It's kind of I'm not sure yet how to describe this color. It's not brown, it's not tan, it's not mustard. It's a little bit of all of that, I guess. It's a dark mustard color, as if like you left a bottle of mustard open for like a few months and you know how it turns brown. Okay, it's not metallic. I don't see any shininess or flakes in the paint itself. There's no suspension on this, the very first TLV, it seems. Yeah, there's a little bit of orange peel as well, very Hot Wheels-like. You gotta remember, this is from 2004. But if you're into toys, this thing rolls very well. It's not very heavy, even though, no, that's a plastic base. Okay. It's interesting they would go to metal bases when they cost more. It just makes the model heavier, it costs more to ship. That's why I like plastic models more. Plastic has better details. But you'll see copyright here, LV-01, what it is, scale. This has everything I want to know about an old collectible. You know, age tells me what its value is for me, and I want to know what I'm holding in my hand, so I really like this. The treads look good. I don't know what happened along the way, but modern TLVs have no treads down here. They're just like flat. So this is better than more modern TLVs. Unfortunately, the slab-sidedness of these tires is not realistic looking, you know? There's no rounding. But at least the tread blocks are invisible. So that's what street tires look like. They don't have knobby tread blocks. The wheels being hubcap wheels, they actually look like the photographs, so that's pretty good, I guess. No complaints there. Pretty big panel gaps, though. The toothpick just rides right in there. But the paint's doing a good job covering up at the edges. It's not bad, I guess. And I like that this chrome line is, first it's raised, but it's not, the silver paint isn't getting into those gaps. So the gaps are gaps, the way they should be. This protruding door handle with the push finger thing is okay, no problems. The Cedric is legible, so that looks good. Seems to have separate plastic chromed bumpers. There's some silver paint going on the chrome trim up here on the windows, but this window here has a little black printed on the flat surface here and here. No side window, so looking inside will be nice and easy. Interesting little design style here. There's a little hump here, and then also Rolls-Royce like this little sweep. Reminds me of classic Rolls-Royces. Alright, here's those train headlights. Double stacked, clear, looking good. The chromed plastic grille is a little insane. It's so shiny. It would have been nice if there's a black paint wash added here. This must be the emblem. It's just a gold plus sign or like a cross. Almost looks religious. The camera's having a hard time with that. And then they have some gold headlights of some sort, fog lights, I guess. They're yellow fog lights on the photograph. What are these two little bumps? Oh, these are supposed to be some sort of turn signals, I think. They just look like white lenses on the real thing. They look a little bit small compared to the photos, though. Yeah, oh well. 2004, this model. So yeah, it looks Hot Wheels like with the casting problems. Raised bumps, painted silver. No opening hood, which is great. Wraparound windshield looks pretty good. Silver paint for the trim there. Same on the back window, wraparound rear window. And then we have clear taillights, which is cool. Very nice. Look how thick they are, you know. And they actually have molded details, so very cool. No taillights, but 2004 seems alright. Nissan, wow, I've never seen that before. This script, it's like a handwritten script logo, right? I could even write that. Unfortunately, nothing on the rear license plate. And then a little bump here with the silver for the lock. I guess this must be the bump for the light for that license plate. And what's nice is this chrome plastic hasn't vaporized. It's still all chrome. I don't see any black plastic, you know. Even on the wheels, it's still there. So that's good for longevity. This is an old model and it still looks probably the same as it did when it was brand new. The white roof, yeah, I'm looking for paint rash. I very often complain about paint rash with TLV, but I'm not seeing it here. So that's great. Maybe the previous owner just opened it and displayed it, and I think that's what helps reduce paint rash, because there's no moisture. Any moisture just evaporates into the atmosphere instead of inside it being trapped in a box. So unfortunately, because it's press fit together, we're going to need the flashlight to look at the interior. Can't take it apart. Very vertical steering wheel, but it's got air passing between the spokes. There's some little knobs, probably for like a radio or HVAC, the glove box as well. The dashboard itself is just blank, but that's fine. I mean, again, from 2004. These are probably the most unergonomic front seats. This bench is like just a flat slab with some ribs in there. And then there are some door panels with some details there. Looks like, yeah, arm pull maybe, armrest, yeah, armrest there. So, pretty good interior, yeah. Would have been cool if it was a different color, but looking at the photographs, the first photograph has a black interior, but that last one I have does have a brown interior. It would have been cool if this was molded in brown plastic. So yeah, that's why I don't like those press fit bases. I can't paint that in the inside of that thing. Well, it turned out actually a lot better than I thought it would. Let's compare it to some other Cedrics. Alright, well, actually, they're not all TLVs I'm going to show today. This is 1966 Cedric Special S, LV-94, 95. Yeah. I didn't think I would ever be collecting Cedrics. I didn't even know the Nissan Cedric was a car until I started collecting these little 1/64 scalers. By the way, I put this license plate on. I like this enough that I actually put a license plate on it. Same with this one. But you see the nice interior of this? You know how it's red? Very cool. And this next one has a nice white interior. So I like how TLV does mix up the plastic. I believe this is a 69 Cedric. And then this next one, I believe, is a third generation. What's it called on the bottom though? Body code 230. It's a race one. Crazy Ken's Car Club. I like how they painted over the headlights there, the headlight covers. Alright, we're going to go a little crazy with the Aoshima Grachans. Here's a Cedric 330 from 1977. And I have some BNDS alloy wheels on that. So these have Liberty, that has a Liberty Walk body kit on it. This one as well as a Grachan. This is, and I have some alloys wheels for like Hot Wheels stuff. Those generic ones you find online. Here's a Cedric 430 from 1981. And I repainted the interiors of these Aoshimas because they have screwed together bases. I gotta try to fit one more on up here. It's my last Cedric. This is a TLV again. Cedric GT Ultima from 1991 and 95. And you'll see this one actually has mirrors. That's a rarity. TLV very often. They either give you mirrors you have to glue on, or like these classic cars, they just don't have mirrors at all. So it's kind of unrealistic. But yeah, that's just their way. So again, I never even knew the Cedric existed, yet I collect Cedrics now. It's just interesting to learn about a car you never knew about before. So there's quite a span of Cedrics here. Which one do you guys like the most? I think just based on the color, I like this crazy Aoshima Grachan one. It's also such a blocky body style. It looks so 80s to me. Anyways, let's get the spin thing out. I am actually quite surprised that this model from 2004 isn't a paint rash disaster, but more importantly, the design of it is quite good. The only flaw I see in the design of this are the tires, how they're so slab-sided. But that's very common with these older TLVs, it seems. They seem to have improved along the way. Like here, looking at this Cedric here, look at the tires here. You see how they're rounded? That's the way tires look. High aspect ratio tires, at least. So they got better. How old is this one? This one is from... Oh, I covered up the date. My bad. Let's look at this one. This one is from 2006. So actually not that much longer down the road. That's really strange. Well, anyways, they cleaned up their act on the tires. Alright, Cedric. Very cool. This is probably a facelifted version of this with a different grille. If it comes up at a decent price, possibly I'll get it. I think I just gotta add some black paint wash into that grille and this thing will look really nice. I also enjoy this really retro mustardy color. It's such an ugly color that I like it. Alright, thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next TLV video.